Hey, my people, it's the witching hour and I'm feeling witchy. Thank you for watching my channel. If you are new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Today, I want to talk to you about what it means to be an empowered dark goddess. This is actually part 2 of what it means to be a badass witch. Okay, what it means to be a dark goddess. Okay, feminine energy is very dark. Dark goddess energy is basically respect me or be fucking destroyed. Okay? So if you want to be a badass, empowered witch, you have to be somewhat of a narcissist. Bad witches are narcissists. Okay? Believe it or not, yes, we are narcissists. Now, my understanding of a bad witch, okay, my understanding of bad witches, it makes me have a respect and an awareness of bad witches, wicked witches, okay? It makes me have a respect and an awareness of bad witches that most people do not have. And when you don't have this awareness, it will most likely get you into some trouble. Okay? It will most likely get you into some trouble. Because you have to understand the type of witch bitch that you're messing with. Okay? And it's always a mutual respect with my fellow bad witches. I respect my bad witches. I respect you out there. Okay? And we try to keep the peace with each other at all costs. We really do. We really do. But, you know, sometimes we clash. Sometimes we clash. Bad witches, we clash. Okay. So we like to keep a safe distance. Or we would most likely clash and fight each other because, you know, we are so much alike. That's true. It's true. It's true. You know, we clash because we are so much alike. Bad witches are loners. We are loners, okay? Now, a bad witch, a dark goddess, like myself, okay, we will require an offering when being approached about anything. You are coming to me for your help and your assistance. And I believe that I am worthy, okay? I am worthy of an offering. Okay? Never approach a goddess without bringing her an offering. Okay? Because that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful to approach a goddess, especially a dark goddess, without an offering. You hear what I'm saying? Badass witches are always up at the witching hour. That's right. We are up at the witching hour, putting in work. That's why I say, hey, my people, it is High Priestess Creole Queen. It's the witching hour, and I am feeling with you. Okay. Um, we putting in work at that time. That's the time that we put in work. The witching hour is usually between 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. We are at the altar. We are devoted to our spirits. We live a life of devotion. We live a life dedicated to our craft. And when others are sleeping, we are casting spells and we are performing satanic rituals. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a satanic ritual. But that's when we do our spells and our rituals at the witching hour. Okay? And bad witches, we can't be too nice. We can't be too nice to people because our kindness is seen as weakness. Yes, we can be kind. We are very kind people. We are very compassionate people. But our kindness, okay, our kindness is seen as weakness. People fuck over us. They just do. They fuck over us a lot. They forget that you are a bad witch. And they take your so-called kindness for granted. Okay? And so when you are too friendly, they will try to fuck over you. Okay? That is how it goes. That is what we have to deal with in this type of lifestyle. Okay? So getting too familiar with people causes them to disrespect you. Okay? And that's why we don't have too many friends. Unfortunately, we don't have too many friends. Okay? That's why I said if you are a badass witch, you most likely won't have too many friends. Okay? You don't have too many friends because, you have to protect yourself. You do. And it's best for others to admire from a distance. They can admire from a distance. Don't try to get too close to a badass witch. Okay? Because you try to get too close to a badass witch, you get familiar, you try to test the limits, and it just never really works out well. It doesn't. It does not work out well. A bad witch, okay, a bad witch will pretend. We will pretend to be a Christian just to go to your church and wreak havoc. Because we want to turn all Christians into badass witches, and we will influence you in all of the wrong, right ways. We encourage rebellion. We do. Yeah, we do. A bad witch, we don't behave. I, as a bad witch, I will never be a well-behaved woman because I like rebelling against authority. I like rebelling against the abuse of power. Okay? And that's just how it is. You tell me what I can't do, I'm going to show you what I will do. Bad witches don't compete. We don't compete with each other. No. No, 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 no. There's no competition when you are a bad witch. Okay? We don't compete because we already know. Okay? We already know that we the shit. Okay? Nobody ain't better than us. We're the best. Okay, we'll always be the best that we can be. Okay, we always strive to be the best. Always, always, always striving to be the best. And bad witches, you see, we can be dramatic. Dramatic. We love drama. We express emotion. Okay, we don't hide the way that we feel, especially when we are angry. Especially when we are angry. We will cuss and fuss and we will make a big ass scene. Emotional discipline is something that we rarely practice. Not because we can't, not because we can't, but because we just don't give a fuck. Okay, we just don't give a fuck. We don't care. We don't care about your feelings. We don't. We don't care how people is looking at us. We don't care about none of that shit. Okay? We embrace our shadows. We embrace our dark side. Okay? Also, a bad witch is always dressed in black. Always dressed in black. Because we ready. Bitch, we ready. We are ready for your funeral. Okay? We are ready for your funeral. Bad witches don't trust male magicians, warlocks, conjurers because of male privilege and the abuse of power. Okay, because see, most men, they want to dominate women and be in control. Masculinity is the norm in our society. Masculinity is the norm, and femininity, by definition, is subordinate. Okay? Subordinate to it. Women are devaluated to male property, which enables men to exercise constant control over the lives of women, and in particular, over their sexuality. And that's why we don't trust male witches. I'm sorry if this offends you. As a matter of fact, I'm not really sorry. But if it offends you, then that means that that's something that you do. Okay? And you need to change that. Okay? Bad witches like me, wicked witches like me, we don't trust men who are magicians, warlocks, conjurers. What happens? Okay, let me just ask you this question. What happens when a fuckboy practices magic? I'ma wait. What happens when a fuckboy practices magic? I'm going to tell you what happens. What happens is he will abuse his power. He will abuse his power. How many fuckboys are out there? How many? How many fuckboys are out there? More than I care to count in this patriarchal society. Okay? Whether they practice magic or not, men like to abuse power. They do. Men like to abuse power. They abuse power in both magical and religious circles. Okay? So if you're a Christian, yes, your pastor, he abuses his power too. Okay? They want to dominate women and turn them into their personal submissives. They recruit witch groupies. Yes, they do. They recruit witch groupies. And if you're not a witch, it'll be a church groupie. Okay? So when you join their groups, and I'm talking about male witches here, okay? Excuse me. When you join their groups, they want to do sex magic rituals with you and all of that. And in church, they just want to lay hands on you. They want to lay them hands on you. They want to anoint you from head to toe. They want to take advantage of you sexually. Okay? That's their fantasy. Okay? They just trying to live out their fantasy. Okay? Pastors love witches. I get pastors that contact me all the time. They want a bad witch. They want to save me. I want to be saved. It's true. It's true. In the same way, all a male witch, a male conjurer, all he thinks about doing is tying you down and making you scream for relief as he tortures you and takes advantage of you sexually. That's what they want to do. They will even lie about being a submissive just so they can top from the bottom. Okay? No. That ain't gonna get it. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Okay? See, because their ultimate goal is to make you submit to them. They want you to bow. And like I said before, a witch, a badass witch, never bows to a man. A badass witch would never allow a man to have control over her life, over her body, okay, over her emotions, anything. A badass witch just don't do it. We just don't do it, okay? We do what we want, when we want, and how we want to do it. I told you that before. We do what we want, when we want, and how we want to do it. You see, male witches, male conjurers, they love bad witches. They love them. They love us. They love us. They are attracted to us. They really get off on a badass witch. Okay? But you see, they're fragile egos. Okay? They're so egocentric. They're too weak to handle a strong, dominant female because they always want to be in control. And there's always a power struggle. There's always a power struggle between, a badass witch and a male conjurer or a male sorcerer, a male witch, okay? Men who work magic, men who practice magic. There's always this power struggle, okay? Now, if you are a submissive woman, you'd be the perfect match for a male witch. you know, and I'd say stay away from them if I were you, unless you were actually, unless you actually want to be dominated. Okay, most badass witches do not want to be dominated. I can't have a man dominate me. You know, maybe I might play around with him for a little bit and I might let him dominate me for a time. But you know, no, no. Ultimately, we are strong and we don't like to be dominated at all. We want to be in control and we want a man who is going to be submissive to our every wish, need, and desire, like I said. And if you're not that type of man, then I'm really not attracted to you. Okay? So, like I said, most bad witches do not want to be dominated. So, I usually stay away from men who are conjurers and they are more of an alpha male. I let them go on their way. Okay? So, these are the traits of a badass witch. And this is what separates us from the loving light, fluffy bunny bitches. Yeah, you know, this is what separates us. This is what um sets us apart. Okay. So for spiritual services, you can contact me at highpriestess_504 at yahoo.com or priestess.creolequeen at yahoo.com. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like my Facebook business page. You can also contact me on WhatsApp under Mistress Creole Queen. And you can also visit my website and you will find it. Okay. Um, thank you for watching. I hope that this information was informative for you. I want to teach you how to be a badass witch. Okay? Coming from the baddest witch. This probably won't be the last video that I do on what it means to actually be a badass witch. I know a lot of people want to know how to be a badass witch, and there's not many people out there that will teach you how to be a badass witch. But I'm going to teach you. I'm teaching you right now. This is how you can be a badass witch, and this is what you need to know. Okay? So thank you for watching. Dark blessings. Dark blessings.